Welcome back to the channel, guys. It's Cynicalex. I'm so happy to be here, and today I want to talk to you about ISO. Now, we're going to start with the basics. You get ISOs, of course, from the daily missions. I hope you know that. That's very basic. Now, every day the ISOs that you get will fluctuate. It will change. You'll always get these chaotic stones, but you won't always get these fierce stones, which are crit chance. You will get other stones, and they will vary by day. Now, what's important here is the level of the stones. Netmarble recently released a patch where they changed the stones that will drop in-game. You get a lot more 3-star stones, and you get some 4-star ISO-8 stones, which is awesome, especially for new players, because it reduces the amount of gold that you're going to spend upgrading your ISO. But a little more about that just a little bit later. Now, you collect these ISOs by doing daily missions. Then you go into your inventory and it looks something like this in the ISO page. It looks like a mess. You got all this stuff taking up all this room and you don't know what to do with it. Also, if you run co-op, you'll have these boost ISOs. We'll talk about that later. First, the regular ISOs. So, ISO-8 will function for the ISO-8 page on your character's main sheet. And what that will do is it will give your character bonuses that will change depending on which stone you equip. Now, each stone will give a very small bonus: physical defense, crit rate, all defense, physical attack, energy attack, HP, and so on. That's not really what's important. What's important is when you combine these stones together and you equip them as a team, you will get a much greater, much more significant bonus added to your player. For example, Kingpin. His set bonus is I am also Groot. Now you can see here all attack, max HP, critical rate, crowd control, recovery rate. Those are all great stats, but the most important stat, the big daddy stat, is that white stat. Activation rate, 15% when hit, max HP recovery. That's an excellent stat to have on a character like Kingpin because it boosts how tanky he is. It boosts his survivability. And he already has a lot of that with his clones, which let him basically be a ranged DPS character. So, you need to know which ISO sets fit for which characters. Now, you can go into the all set bonus here at the bottom, and you can go to the 8 ISO sets and look through those to get an idea for what different ones do and which ones maybe you want on a specific character. Feel free to put whatever you want on them, but I will give you my thoughts. And my thoughts go like this. The way the meta is going, the way that the game is being updated and progressing, the only 2 ISO sets that I see very frequently and the majority of the time recommended for almost every single character is all attack ISO sets like you're seeing right now, Hawk's Eye, and also Overdrive, which is down here. And then HP recovery sets like I am also Groot, which seems to be actually the best out of all of them, because it is an offensive healing set, or the less popular but still pretty popular Stark Backing, which is a defensive HP recovery set. You can see instead of all attack and stuff like that, you have all defense, dodge, movement speed. So they're kind of cut from the same cloth, but they're a little bit different, guys. But to be perfectly honest with you, all of the other sets, all defense, max HP shield, movement speed, these are kind of dying out. They're really not that popular. You will find some people that have their builds with those, but to be totally honest, and especially for new players, you should be rolling almost exclusively for Overdrive, Hawk's Eye, I am also Groot, and Stark Backing. Now, just before we get into the rolling, I will put this disclaimer out there. Probably it's best to never roll for any ISO set under 8, because the other ones just become useless once you unlock the last 2 slots. What I mean is when your character is below level 50, not all of these slots will be unlocked, these eight slots that you see. So if I go to a very low level character like my Ebony Maw, he only has 1 slot unlocked. You could unlock the first 6 slots and equip a 6 ISO set, but it's not worth it, to be honest. So just wait until you have all 8 slots, excuse me, and then go with the 8 ISO set that you want for the character. Now, it costs a lot of gold to roll ISO sets. So you need to be careful, and you need to really think about, is this going to make a huge impact on my character, and am I going to see the gold return soon enough to justify spending 2, 3, 4 million gold or more. On average, guys, I've spent about 3 to 4 million gold rolling for the exact ISO set that I want. Of course, I've gotten really lucky and hit it on less than a million on sometimes, but other times I've gotten absolutely wrecked by RNGsus, and I got it on like the 10 million gold mark. So for new players who are very tight on gold, please be aware of this, and maybe go for the first set you see of 8, and then after that you can refine it when you start to get a bigger gold pool and you have more gold that you can sink into that. So you go in, you roll for the set that you want by going to auto change set, and please only roll for 8 ISO sets. Once you've got the set that you want, you equip the stones and you've got the bonus. Now, you will have some high level ISOs. You'll have some 5 stars, some 6 stars. You'll even have some ISOs that are awakened. My advice to you, don't equip them, because once you equip them on the character, unequipping them, if I want to unequip this one, this chaotic ISO, it's going to cost me 150 gold. If I want to unequip a 5-star one, a higher one, excuse me, it's going to cost me a lot more gold. So it's honestly not worth it. And if you equip the wrong ones and then you change the set later on because the meta changes, you're going to be wasting those ISOs or wasting the crystals, which is a terrible investment. So guys, what I recommend for you to do is like this. Go to a character like Daredevil. Where's my Daredevil? Where you at, blind man? Check him out. 2 and 3 star ISOs. You just equip the lowest rank that you have, except for 1 stars. Those are just gold fodder. You equip the low ones that you have just to get that activation rate bonus. The other orange stats are really not as important. Then when you're comfortable, you got a high level of gold, you've got a lot of spare 6-star ISOs, then you can start to put them onto the characters that really matter for you. Now, once you have characters settled in, you got a good stable of 6 stars, and you want to start upgrading your ISOs, this is what I remember. Go back to the ISO page, and remember, when you go to this mission, it drops 2, 3, and 4-star ISOs. Here's how I recommend to manage your ISOs. I'm going to go into my inventory, and I'm going to show you what I do step by step. So, all of the 1-star ISOs, garbage. Sell that stuff. So, sell all, 1-star, goodbye. Give me a little bit of gold. And I do that periodically to keep my inventory fresh, to keep it clutter free, because you will hit that 600 max inventory, and then you will be really irritated whenever you run a mission and you get that pop-up. Now, the 2-star ISOs, you can do one of 2 things. You can either sell them also for gold, or you can use them to upgrade 4-star ISOs. But do not use them to upgrade the 3-star ISOs, because there's no point in upgrading 3-star ISOs to 4-star ISOs when you already get 4-star ISOs from the mission as a drop. You're not going to get so unlucky that you never get any 4 stars, and if you are, I will pray for you. So, with that in mind, just use the 2 and 3-star ISOs to upgrade the 4-star ISOs up to 5 and up to 6. That way, you're reducing the amount of gold that you spend overall, and you're being more efficient with the upgrades that you do make. Now, speaking of upgrades, if you do co-op missions from the arena, you will get as a drop those booster ISOs. They're red and they're at the back here, these boost ISOs. Here's what you should do with those. 1-star ones, again, sell them. 2, 3, 4, and 5-star ones, use them to upgrade your regular ISOs. They serve no other purpose. But these last ones, these Big Daddy Extreme Growth ISOs, they serve 2 purposes. They still serve the regular purpose of upgrading your other ISOs, the colorful ones, but they have a secret hidden purpose that a lot of people don't know about, and that I honestly didn't know until recently, and that is to upgrade your awakened ISOs. Take, for example, my Antman. Unfortunately, I have a mostly awakened energy attack ISO on my Antman. My Antman is a physical attacker, so this ISO is not benefiting my character. I can go down to awaken, and now it's going to ask me for other 6-star ISOs to use to kind of feed to this ISO to enhance it. The awesome part is I can use these ISOs of extreme growth, and we get these as a free reward for completing timeline battle enough times per week. If you do all 10 entries every day, at the end of the week's cycle, you will get, I believe, 1 or 2 of these as a reward. So look, I can go in now and I can put these in, and hey, let's roll it, guys. Pray to RNGsus. Let's do this. Ooh, I got rocked. So I didn't get what I wanted, but that's okay. We got one more try. And that's what you should be using your ISOs of extreme growth for. Don't sell them, and probably don't use them to upgrade your other ISOs, because they're best kept to awaken your 6-star ISOs. Really quickly, guys, about awakening, if you have a 5-star or a 6-star ISO with +5, like this silver one I have, you get the option, it changes from enhance to awaken. And when you hit awaken, you can start feeding it other 6-star ISOs to upgrade it, upgrade its potency. That will also upgrade the all attack percentage, or the heal percentage that you have. And this can go all the way up to +40. So it does increase the amount of variance between high level characters, but that's kind of just for the very top tier people. It's not really as important for the average character. So to recap, guys, get your ISOs, sell the 1-star ones, use the 2s and the 3s to upgrade the 4s. You should roll for healing or attack sets. So there you guys have it. Those were my tips. I hope they've been helpful. Sorry for all the pop peas. Bonus points for sitting through that. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.